How to never wear a blue fragrance ever again. And in this video, with blue fragrances, I'm going to include the Aventus-esque family of fragrances, also your smoky, woody citruses, because this video is sort of for the guy who wants something new and exciting. You want a signature fragrance that isn't the same as everyone else's, it isn't the mainstream stuff that's been overdone to death. So hopefully today I'm going to suggest to you guys 8 different signature fragrances that meet the same criteria that blue fragrances have. So why do people go for blue fragrances? If you don't know what a blue fragrance is, it's a fragrance that kind of gives a fresh out the shower vibe, a sort of shower gel vibe that really started with Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette in 2010. They're usually quite fresh, citrusy, clean, woody, ambery perfumes that are mass appealing, versatile, and fairly long lasting, but not always. So these 8 fragrances will meet that criteria of being fresh and clean, long lasting, versatile, and mass appealing also. So you can really replace blue fragrances functionally with these. Let's begin. Hey guys, if you don't know already, Atrium Fragrance, our own fragrance brand, will be releasing our office fragrance titled Mr. Elegance. It'll be the next release coming out in January 2024. However, this release is only available as a pre-order for 5 days in the last week of January for a maximum of 400 bottles. To make sure you do not miss out on this release, click in the description down below to be notified of when it's going to be available so you can acquire your bottle. Thank you. Number 1, I'll go with Cedrat Boise Intense. Now, I understand I said I wanted to include the smoky citrus fragrances that are kind of inspired by Aventus. I would say Cedrat Boise, the original, was inspired by Aventus, but Intense is doing enough different now that it's really its own kind of fragrance. It does have that smokiness, it has the woodiness, the citruses from the original, that blackcurrant, which is really sexy. It is a smoky, masculine, woody citrus DNA. I say this is the fragrance collector's Dior Sauvage. It does everything that Dior Sauvage does, but in a more unique way. It has this interesting notes breakdown with oud and leather in here. They are synthetic ingredients, but they are working nicely in here. This is a very smooth, base-heavy fragrance that kind of sits on your skin for a really long time, around 12 hours. Very sexy, smoky, masculine, just a very enticing, masculine, fresh fragrance. So I think Cedrat Boise Intense is a beast. It's really made the DNA come into its own. I think it's better than the original. I think everyone should try it out. Overall, I will say Cedrat Boise Intense is for those guys who want a replacement to Dior Sauvage and also want a lot of compliments from their daily signature. DH212 Men NYC. This is a classic fragrance that I wish more men talked about. It's a fragrance from the 90s that had the first ever magnetic lid. I love sharing that fact, I don't know why. And it has that blue appeal actually. It has that fresh out the shower effect of a fragrance, musky, fresh, sharp, enticing, and masculine, but it has a hint of greenness as well that kind of makes it stand out. And that's really cool. It smells classical. It smells still very much relevant. It has stood the test of time. It lasts a really long time as well, around 10 hours. This is my recommendation for guys who want an affordable daily signature that will make them smell different from most other guys. 32% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys want to see our channel grow, to really help us out, click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Extremely smooth perfumery. You need to love a smooth, creamy kind of scent profile that focuses around the notes of tonka bean. It has a hint of sweetness there, creamy, smooth musks with some mandarin and mint in here. It is a very sporty, fresh fragrance done in a very elegant way. A lot of people love this. Not everyone loves this. I think you need to try it first. I don't love it subjectively, but objectively, I think this is a great fragrance. It's a 10 out of 10 objectively, in my opinion. So you need to try it out, and I would say this is the signature for the kind of guy who wants to smell sporty, fresh, but at the same time elegant. You want that Chanel elegance. Xerjoff's 40 Knots. Fresh and clean with the amber backbone, long-lasting, versatile, and fairly mass appealing for a niche fragrance, but it still smells like luxury. This is a luxurious, green, woody, salty, aquatic fragrance that mainly works for men. I know it's marketed as unisex, but I think this is masculine. And I would say you get around 12 hours longevity with a medium to loud projection with 2 sprays. For the price tags you can often find this fragrance at, I think it's an absolute steal for this fragrance. It smells super expensive, super unique aquatic perfumery that will really make you stand out. This is the signature that I suggest for guys who want to stand out in a luxurious way. You want to smell like money, 40 Knots is the one to do it. Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Beau, Le Parfum. This is in a similar vein to Chanel's Allure Homme Eau Extreme. It does have that creamy tonka bean base but it has more interesting notes. So if you think that Allure Eau Extreme doesn't have enough interest going on, you need more exciting notes, you go for something like this, which is smooth and creamy, that has interesting notes like coconut, pineapple, some powdery iris. It's a very interesting signature. Fairly sweet overall actually, but I would still say it's a balanced fragrance. It's a versatile signature you can wear pretty much all year round. It does have a fairly synthetic nature to it, so you know, it's a great, fun, exciting fragrance, but it has a synthetic nature, so you need to be aware of that, depending on your taste. But I will say, this is a fantastic 10-hour long-lasting fragrance with a medium projection for a guy who wants something that's youthful, but playful. If you want that kind of signature, go for Le Beau Parfum. Ormonde Jayne's Montabaco Intensivo. This is a fragrance that represents art in perfumery. It's very complex, extremely well blended. It's minimal sweetness as well. It's for the guy who wants a mature, elegant signature that has a lot of artistic merit to it. Beautiful notes like tea notes, ozonic notes, tobacco, suede, very musky, light and invigorating and relaxing. But at the same time, it's the last 10 hours. This is a masterclass in perfumery, and I'm really impressed by it. Very beautiful molecule-based perfumery as well. Okay, they've used stuff like Isoe Super in here, or maybe Timber Silk, but they've used it in a really elegant and luxurious way. This is a beautiful mature man signature that a lot of guys need to check out if you love the art and craft of perfumery. YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique. So Bleu Electrique sometimes can be a tricky fragrance to find, but the La Nuit de l'Homme DNA is extremely sexy. This is the signature for the kind of guy who wants to smell sexy, okay? So it takes that sexy, romantic cardamom, woody amber DNA of La Nuit de l'Homme, and then kind of makes it a little bit blue. I know I said this won't be a blue fragrance video, but it's not really a blue fragrance. It's still La Nuit de l'Homme, just made a little bit more modern, a little bit livened up. The performance is better. Again, 6 to 8 hours is what I get from my bottle of Bleu Electrique, which is much better than the original. So if you want a romantic, sexy DNA that's been freshened up a bit, Bleu Electrique is a fantastic signature. It's one of the highest rated fragrances on Fragrantica for a reason. And I think if you can get your hands on a bottle, just go ahead and get it, basically. And then finally, Bond No. 9's Lafayette Street. Lafayette Street smells like La Nuit de l'Homme and Parfum de Marly's Percival Had a Baby. Warm, spicy, romantic amber DNA with that green apple and the freshness in there from something like Percival, if the DNA was injected into here. So it's fruity, sexy, playful, long-lasting, and Ambroxan-based perfumery. And it is, you know, an expensive fragrance, but it's sort of like luxurious mass appeal. This is the signature for the kind of guy who wants a smooth, attractive fragrance. You want a sexy signature, but in a more luxurious way. Lafayette Street is the one to do it. 8 to 10 hours longevity with a soft and medium projection. And that concludes this video, guys. I'm always trying to get the community past the usual popular stuff, so hopefully this gives you some nice alternatives. Do you agree or disagree with the choices I made here today? Are you trying to get past popular blue fragrances as your personal signature, at least anyways? Because I feel like your personal signature really needs to stand out, be unique to you. What do you guys think about this video topic? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you haven't already, guys, make sure to check out our previous video on alternatives or upgrades to popular fragrances. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.